What is up, y'all? This is my first impressions of Chrono Odyssey.
Thus did hubris swallow me whole, wrought by my own folly.
I'm gonna skip that. The reason I'm gonna skip that, I'm gonna explain, is that the intro, if you can see here in the options, I have the game sound turned down. The intro is still like blaringly loud. Like it blasts you every time that you play the game. You have to prepare for that blast. It's like the old school FF online when you would open up play online and then all of a sudden it was like bam, 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 and it would blast you. Like this game does that. I'm just gonna go through this as I experience the game. I'm not gonna do like a pros and cons list. I'm just gonna tell you like my first impressions of the game. The sound is just, it's so loud out of the box, like so loud. And turning down the game sound does not turn down the cutscene at the beginning of the game, and you have to hold escape until that round thing is done, and so your ears are just blasted for that whole thing. One of my friends pointed out, and it happened to me too, when I first hit play, it told me that my region was Japan, or it was Asia. Like the game didn't auto detect that I'm in the US, so I had to change that, and it took me aback. I was like, wait a minute, do I have to play on like these worlds and have high ping? And no, you don't. Like you have to hit the button and say, hey, I'm from the US and all that. So my next gripe is the character creation in this game is pretty in-depth. Like it's pretty good. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so I'm just going to show you the character I made and then tell you my gripe. So this is the character that I made. She looks good, right? Like she looks cute and stuff, and you know, it's got great character creator vibes, blah blah blah, you know, all that good stuff. My gripe, if you haven't already guessed, is that there's no hide helmet option, and so you spend all this time to make your character cute and how you want him or her to look, and then you look like this the whole game, whole entire game. There's no hide helmet option in this game, and I feel like that should come out of the box with every MMO to date. Like there's times where it's like a little tick box right here really hidden, or there's times where it's like in the game thing. I've looked everywhere and I cannot find a hide helmet option. One thing I would like to note is that I actually preferred playing this game on controller. It's very smooth on controller. It plays a lot like Dark Souls, where your roll is your O button and then your attack is your R2. Your block is your L2. Your skills are, you know, you hold L1 and hit like square, triangle, and whatnot. The only odd thing is that swapping your weapon is square. So there's times where I accidentally like do that, but you get used to it. The swings and stuff are very heavy. I just got stunned. Yeah. So the combat does feel good. People are crapping on the combat, and I don't really think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be, but it does need a lot of work. The other thing is there's no option to see your own name in the game, which I find very odd, because I've passed by players like this player here. You can see his name. He's on his horse, so he's gone. Let's return back to the main town. So here we are in the main town. Let's see if we can find like a player that's like joined a guild and all that kind of stuff. You can see that the performance really takes a hit when you're in town. They need to optimize this game. I have a high-end computer, and I'm just taking big, look at that, 8 FPS. I just hit 8 FPS on a high-end computer. I'm not even playing on max. Really bad. Okay, so here you go right here. You can see this guy's in a guild. Frags are us. You can see the title and then his name. Like, I'm not able to see that stuff. Like, so if I joined a guild, like, I don't get to see my guild tag above my name. Like, I think that's a big deal to have that option. I think there's people out there that like to see that. I have looked everywhere in the options and I cannot find a show your own name option. So if you guys found it and I didn't, please let me know in the comments down below. One of the other things that I think is not that great is when you block. So if you watch when I block, it's very hard to see when I block. Like, she's almost in the block stance, just hanging out. Like, if I swing my sword to bring out my sword, it looks like she's in the block stance. And so when I hit block, it's such a small change. And so it's very hard to like grasp your head around when your block is actually going through or not. You just kind of hit the button and hope, you know, and pray for the best. So I think that needs to be tweaked for sure. The next thing I want to talk about is the skills. I don't like the skill icons at all. They're just so bland. Like the icon needs to reflect what the skill does more. It's very hard to tell in between these two, right? Like when you look at them at first glance, I could not tell you what these are. I'm sure after like 3 weeks of playing the game, I would know, but like as a new player, you're hitting skills and you're just like, what did that do again? So you're constantly going back to K. There's no way that I know of to like hit control to free up your cursor to hold your mouse over the skill. So you have to hit K and go in here and like read things. So again, you have to be kind of AFK. And a lot of the times I was out exploring and stuff, and I'd hit K to read what a skill does, and I'd be getting smacked. And like I'd escape out, and I had like 2 health left, and I'm like, oh my god. And then so I'd have to start to fight again. The game is pretty challenging if you just run through the story and like rush through it, like because the fights they hit hard and the potion cooldown is super long, like super long. That's what makes the game hard. In my honest opinion, that's the only thing that makes this game tough as far as the Dark Souls vibe goes, is that like your potion cooldown, if you get hit, like you're waiting a long time before you can get hit again. One small thing I forgot to bring up was that when you open up your quest log, you cannot see what the reward of the quest is. So if you pick up a quest and you're holding on to it for a long time, you cannot see what you get when you complete the quest. You do see it when you first take the quest. Like if I walk up to this girl and hit E, okay, maybe I lied. There are a few quests where I did see the reward pop up. But yeah, you can't see the reward that you get in the quest log. And I feel like it's a bit strange if you've been playing for a while and you pick up, you know, 20 quests and you want to kind of sift through the ones you think are worth doing and the ones that you think aren't. Like, you can't really tell because you can't see the rewards. Which brings me to my other thought that I thought of, was that when you change keybinds in this game, like say for instance, you don't want left shift to be dodge and you want like E to be dodge instead, right? Well, so you would keybind talk to NPC as F. So let's go ahead and do that. So we go on to controls and we will find interact and we'll change this to F and then apply. But as you see, when we apply it and we hit F to talk to her, to get through her dialogue, you still have to hit E. Like, so it didn't change what you hit. You just have to hit F and then E now. So there's no point in having to rebind what button you hit to talk to NPCs. Which to me, that kind of limits what you can keybind. That's about all for my my first impressions of Chrono. I really think that this game was play tested or released too soon. Like, I think it needs a lot of work. I think it does have good potential to be a good game. But I think that if it wants to hang with the big dogs, then they need to really shine and polish things up. It seems like they put all the effort into the world that everything else lacks. And as you can see, as you were watching through my first impressions, the performance is horrendous. You can check the specs of my PC in the About Me and my Twitch page. I have a pretty high-end PC, and my PC struggled to play this game, which is very odd. I appreciate you guys watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm new to doing this, so I know it's a little bit rough and cheeseball, you know, here and there, but like, I'm only going to improve, and I appreciate the game devs for letting me try out their game and be a part of this playtest. I do think this game has very good potential to be a great game. It just needs that love and care and more hard work. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.